In the 2010s, the world was obsessed with the Kardashians. It felt like they were the most famous people in the world at that point. What they were actually famous for, still to this day, no one truly knows. But you couldn't go 5 minutes without seeing or hearing about these women for some reason. While the world might never know why they were so famous, at this point, everyone knows how they became famous. It's all thanks to the mother of the year, Kris Jenner, who sold her daughter to an adult film studio to produce an X-rated film. As we all know, Kim's breakthrough moment was making an X-rated film with Ray J, a film that her own mother allegedly arranged and negotiated. This is the origin story of the Kardashian clan, a legacy of selling off their offspring and over-sexualizing themselves for fame and attention. As the new generation of Kardashians are growing up in the spotlight, we're starting to see history repeat itself once again. It seems they have already started to groom and prepare North West to continue the Kardashian legacy, with many pointing out the inappropriate outfits and style choices she has been seen in recently. Now, the very thing Kanye was warning would happen seems to be taking place, as his daughter now seems to be the next Kardashian being prepared to be sold off to Hollywood. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to The Truth Is, where I drop new videos exposing the truth weekly. In today's episode, we will be talking about Kim, Kanye, and North West. But before you begin, I just wanted to politely ask you guys to subscribe if you're not already, comment and share this video so we can get it seen by everyone who needs to see it. Just by liking and commenting the video, you can help spread this information to others who need to hear it. I want to thank you all. Now, let's get right into it. The Kardashians represent everything that's wrong with Hollywood. I never understood why so many people like them. Everyone around me in the 2010s seemed so obsessed with them, and I didn't understand why. It seemed like all the girls wanted to be them, while all the boys, well, you know what the boys wanted them for. I myself just felt like they were boring and not really at all that attractive either. I remember walking into my friend's home and their entire family was watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I couldn't stop thinking to myself, why would they give these girls a show? Being boring on TV is already bad enough, but soon I realized that was just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the disturbing brand the Kardashians have built for themselves. The Kardashian empire was built on top of the sacrifice Kris Jenner made back in the 2000s, when she decided to sacrifice her own daughter Kim Kardashian for money and fame. In the early 2000s, the Kardashians were a bunch of nobodies, as they deserve. Kris Jenner had nothing really going on for her. While she was once married to the famous lawyer Robert Kardashian, who was most known for defending OJ and getting him off murder, by 2006, she was nothing but the wife of Bruce Jenner, now Caitlyn Jenner, who was also washed up. Kim Kardashian herself was working as Paris Hilton's personal assistant and stylist, with Kim's on-screen moments back then were of her organizing Hilton's closet. In just 1 year, that was all going to change though. In 2007, Kris and Kim would make a decision that would change their lives forever. A decision that would go on to create the Kardashian empire as we know it. It all started when in February 2007, an adult tape called Kim Kardashian Superstar was leaked on the internet. The tape showed then 23-year-old Kim Kardashian and her boyfriend at the time, Ray J, being intimate with each other. After this tape was leaked, Kim claimed that the tape was leaked without her consent by the adult film company Vivid Entertainment and her ex-boyfriend Ray J. She then filed a lawsuit against Vivid, suing them for $5 million. But the very next month, the lawsuit was dropped, and it was reported that Kim and Vivid had reached an agreement. Kim would go on to strike a deal to release the tape, and the adult tape would end up being officially released on March 21st, 2007. At the time, this was massive news, and Kim Kardashian's name was plastered all over headlines. This is when Kris Jenner decided to turn a horrible situation into a positive one. She came up with the idea of creating a reality TV show. She would go on to approach Ryan Seacrest, pitching him a reality TV show based on the Kardashian family. Kris pointed at the hype that was surrounding Kim's name at the time as the reason they should get a show, telling Ryan that if they capitalize off the motion, the show could be a huge success. Ryan eventually pitched the show to executives in Hollywood, which got it picked up by E! Network, and the rest was history. So essentially, the Kardashians turned a horrible situation, which was her tape with Ray J being leaked without her consent, into a multi-billion-dollar empire that her entire bloodline has benefited from. What a way to turn a victim story into a victory, right? The only problem with this account of the story is that according to many, including Ray J, that's not how this all went down. Ray J and a few others have a completely different story of how this tape was made and distributed, and according to Ray J, both Kim and Kris were complicit in the plans the whole time. Ray J's side of the story alleges that in 2003, when he was dating Kim, he came up with the idea of making a tape with her because of the success of Paris Hilton's tape. He saw how much money and fame Paris got from making an adult tape, and he figured he would do the same thing. So he told Kim about it, who then got her mother involved so she can negotiate the deal with Vivid. Ray J claims they agreed on a 3-film deal, and in 2003 they filmed the tape on a trip. Ray J also claims that the whole story about the tape being leaked was all a publicity stunt, as Kris and Kim had already negotiated a deal with Vivid way before the tape was leaked. The whole leaking story was to get the story in the headlines for promo for the tape. By then, many celebrity tapes had leaked online, like Pamela Anderson's and Paris Hilton's tape, so they were hoping this would be another big controversial moment similar to those. Now, if we are to believe Ray J, which in this case, he's obviously right, Kris negotiated her own daughter's adult film deal with Vivid. They then created a fake lawsuit and drama to make headlines in the media. Also, she can get her family relevant enough to get their own reality TV show, proving that Kris sacrificed her own daughter to build the empire they have today. An empire that they fueled by overly sexualizing every female that's a part of their bloodline. Which brings us to North West, the firstborn child between one of the most famous rappers in the world, Kanye West, and the soul-sucking demon Kim Kardashian. In 2012, Kanye and Kim began dating. As you can imagine, this only made both of them more famous than they already were, as Kanye was dating the most famous for-nothing woman in the world, and Kim was with the Walt Disney of hip-hop. His words, not mine. This made them one of the most talked about couples in Hollywood. And by the end of that year, fans got even more good news. The couple was now expecting their first baby together. North West was born months later on June 15, 2013. For years, Kim and Kanye raised their daughter together in the public eye. And while things seemed to be going good for some time, eventually, like most Hollywood relationships, the marriage came to an abrupt end in 2021. Kim filed for divorce in February of that year. The divorce was then finalized in 2022. Custody of their 4 children was split between both parents. Kanye was also ordered to pay a whopping $200,000 per month in child support, which is honestly insane. What kids need $2.4 million a year to survive? It just doesn't make sense. Not long after this divorce, issues between Kim and Kanye started spilling into the headlines, as Kanye began making some rather alarming claims about Kim Kardashian and the fate of his daughter North West. In 2022, right as the divorce was being finalized, Kanye started claiming that Kim was keeping him from seeing his kids, claiming that Kim didn't allow him to attend his daughter Chicago's 4th birthday party. For the next few years, Kanye would consistently claim his daughters were in danger while with the Kardashian clan. He criticized Kim for allowing her then 10-year-old daughter to hang out with rapper Ice Spice. Ice Spice was famous at the time for her song Munch, which was a very inappropriate song for a 10-year-old to be listening to, let alone hanging out with the artist and making TikToks with them. Kanye then also criticized Kim for allowing North West to dress inappropriately for an 11 or a 12-year-old. Kim always defended her actions, claiming she was just allowing her daughter to express herself. But knowing the Kardashians' history, that's quite hard to believe, as their entire bloodline has pimped themselves and their children out for money and fame. Just like we saw with Kylie Jenner, the youngest sister a part of the Kardashian clan. She was allegedly not only dating Tyga when she was under 18, but went on to become one of the most overly sexualized women of the 2010s. So I completely understand why Kanye would be so worried. But in 2025, Kanye began making some seriously dark accusations about Kim and her children. Back in March 2025, Kanye went on one of his infamous Twitter rants. This time, it was aimed at Jay-Z and his ex-wife Kim Kardashian. What Kanye said about Kim, though, was extremely alarming. Calling Kim an S-trafficker, he tweeted out this: "Kim Kardashian is an S-trafficker. I don't like that Twigs had my daughter in her video dressing all grown. Would have expected more from Twigs. It's F all you. My soul is black, and watch y'all don't believe me and just say I'm crazy." Also tweeting out about Kim, "The Kardashians are S-workers, and they S-traffic all of the black children they strategically produce. As a father, this made me very uncomfortable to see countless pictures like this of my children placed inside of their phones. This was Chai's screensaver. I'm 100% convinced that my children are in an S-trafficking ring." The grandmother signed for the S-tape. Now these tweets were shocking, and coming from Kanye, for something he does to shock me is insane. Not that his claims are far-fetched to believe, but the fact that he was randomly tweeting about this is insane. For the last few years, Kanye warned about the Kardashian clan sexualizing his daughters to pimp her out to Hollywood. Most people called him crazy for it, which he earned himself, but when it comes to what he was saying about his daughter North, I think he was right. As for the last few months, the internet has begun seeing exactly what Kanye was referring to. The first incident happened some weeks back, when North West was spotted in an outfit that most felt was completely inappropriate for her age. She was seen photographed with Kim Kardashian, who herself was underdressed. It seemed like Kim was introducing the new North, getting her ready for Hollywood at only 12 years old. Because of this, she was plastered all over headlines, and people began to finally see what Kanye was referring to. It seemed like the Kardashians made sure to isolate North and keep her away from Kanye so they can groom her and turn her into the next Kardashian clan's member without his disapproval. The new Kardashian who would keep their legacy alive for the next generation. Kanye saw this happening from a mile away, and he has spent the last few years repeatedly telling people that this is what they were going to do to his daughter. Just like Kris sold Kim, Kylie, and all the other children they have, Kim is getting ready to sell North West. This is what the Kardashians have done since they started. That's what they built their career off of. So are we really surprised that they're getting ready to do it to the next generation of Kardashian women? It now seems that it won't be long before North is fully reborn in her new Kardashian image. Just a few days back, we saw another step into that transformation, when she once again went viral. This time, it was for her fake face tattoos and piercings, as she was now dressing in this much darker look. As sad as this is normal in Hollywood. It isn't just Kim grooming and selling her kids to the industry. Many others are doing it too, raising their children and grooming them to be the perfect Hollywood puppet. It's truly disturbing, but parents are okay with it as long as they get paid from it, selling their children out and in the process their own soul for a slice of the devil's pie. If you have been seeing North West around the headlines, then you already know it won't be long until Kim orchestrates her deal for fame. For North's sake, I hope it isn't anything as damaging as what her mother did for fame. While Kim claims to regret ever making a tape with Ray J, and it quote-unquote being leaked, she is never gonna say she regrets the reality show that came with it. Like I said at the beginning of this, the Kardashians are everything wrong with Hollywood. Sadly, that's exactly what we're seeing right now with North West. And I'm not gonna sit here and say Kanye is innocent in all of this, because Kanye is just as guilty. He chose to have children with the Kardashian and built a life with them. He also chooses to publicly argue with Kim Kardashian online for the world to see, making their life more public that would also cause more damage to North in the future. And I also remember Kanye taking his daughter to that strange party that he had, where he had all those girls with no clothes on the table. These monsters are all guilty, but I still will say that Kanye was right, and North West is being groomed to be the next Kim Kardashian. I want to know what you guys think about this below, but before you guys go, I just wanted to let my Patreon members know that I just released a new Patreon exclusive. If you're one of my members, make sure to go check it out. If you're not a member, what are you waiting for? Join the truth movement and help me spread the truth. For $3 a month, not only will you be further supporting the channel, but you would also get access to over 50 exclusive Patreon videos that are not available here on YouTube. If you would like to join, you can find the link in the description or in the comment section. Well, that's it for this video. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.